an incredible day we have here in St. Louis. My God, this is a beautiful, beautiful day. And we are thrilled, so thrilled here to welcome Mark Scotch to our great city and more specifically to SSL St. Louis University Hospital. As you may know, Mark is a kidney donor and a marathon cyclist from Madison, Wisconsin. But he's also a man on a resolute mission to cycle 1,500 miles down the Mississippi River to Louisiana to see the guy who inspired him to become a living organ donor, his good friend Hugh Smith. Mark, after cycling 500 miles or so into this journey, the significance of your arrival here on the last day of Donate Life Month is not lost on any of us here at St. Louis University Hospital. We understand the importance of living organ donation and how essential it is to continue to raise awareness around the need for and appreciation of living organ donors like yourself. We'll hear more from Mark on his story, his incredible story, in just a few moments. And I'm looking forward to learning more about the powerful, life-saving conversation that must have taken place between two friends, which ultimately changed their lives forever. On behalf of all of us here today, both in body and in spirit, I want to thank you, Mark, for your compassionate gift of life and for taking this very, very special journey. Also, thank you for choosing to make the city of St. Louis, as well as our humble hospital here, a stop along what you have cleverly called the Oregon Trail. Great name, by the way. Before I ask Dr. Krista Lentine to come forward to say a few words, I'd like to first acknowledge and celebrate the life-saving work of our own entire transplant team here at SSM Health St. Louis University Hospital for providing the exceptional healthcare services that we are known for throughout our entire transplant community and our patients. None of our great work would be possible, though, without the engagement of strong partnerships. And we're blessed to have representatives from Mid-America Transplant and the National Kidney Foundation here with us today.
And living donor heroes like Mark help bridge the gap between the need for transplant and the insufficient organ supply, and help provide kidney patients with the best chance for long-term dialysis-free survival and the opportunity to return to healthy, functional lives.
Today we're especially grateful that we get to meet Mark Scotch, whose mission was also to save lives through living kidney donation. Mr. Scotch, we thank you for stopping in St. Louis, and we wish you all the best on your way to Louisiana. Thank you for all you've done.
I would like to thank SSM SLU Hospital for hosting today's event and for allowing us to share in this wonderful celebration of life. When I heard about Mark's journey, I was amazed by his selfless act of giving the gift of life and his further determination to raise awareness through a unique and arduous platform like the Oregon Trail. The National Kidney Foundation's mission is dedicated to preventing kidney disease, improving the health and well-being of those affected by kidney disease, and increasing the availability of kidneys for transplantation. This beautiful and inspiring story aligns perfectly with the National Kidney Foundation's mission, and we are so thankful to Mark for the awareness he is raising to inspire others to give the gift of life. Right now, the state of Missouri, there are 1,500 kidney patients on the transplant wait list, and only 582 transplants completed in 2020. That is why it is so important to raise awareness about organ donation, and we thank Mark for bringing this platform to the city of St. Louis and across the country. Thank you.
I wasn't expecting this. Thank you. When I reached out to Sarah, I guess the first time, she suggested that I contact St. Louis University, and I can see why. It's fantastic, so thank you for all this. And not everybody can be a donor, and we understand that, but everybody can be an advocate and learn about it. And that's all Lynn and I are trying to do. Our son Chris flew in from Oregon. He's helping out too. He's the one who got me into biking 20 some years ago, I guess. It's his fault. And so, yeah, so about a year and a half ago, Lynn and I were out running around in our RV. We have a little trailer we run around in. We both retired and ended up in a little microbrewery in Louisiana. And I'm kind of a talker sometimes, so I was talking to the brewer, and I got done talking with him, and there's a guy sitting next to me. It's like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and I know I was retired. I don't know about him, but he was having a beer, and we just started talking, and he was just so full of life and so positive. And Lynn came in. She had been out in the trailer, and she came in, and introduced Lynn to Hugh, and we all three just sat there and chatted for a while. And Hugh got up to leave, and I said, "Well, I was just trying to do the Wisconsin thing and offer to buy one more beer for him." And he said, "No, I got to go." I said, "I got to go home." And I don't like to pry, but I said, "What do you mean? It's light's still young, dude. Come on." And he said, "No, I got to go home and go on dialysis." I said, "What?" And he explained that he was in kidney or stage 5 renal failure and needed a kidney. And I have to admit, I didn't even think about it. I just said, "Well, I can give you one of mine." Of course, I didn't know how well you could live after that, and that's where my journey started. Somewhere along the line, I realized that I could go to Madison, Wisconsin, about 90 miles from where I live, and Hugh could go to Jackson, Mississippi. We're part of the National Kidney Registry, and I could do a voucher. So that's what I did. I went to Madison. My kidney went to the best fit at the time, which happened to be in New York State. And when Hugh was ready a few months later, he ended up getting a kidney from California. I guess when we found out that 13 people die every day, that's what kind of triggered me. It's like, we need to spread this around a little bit. And that's when it turned into the Oregon Trail. So long story short, we decided to turn this into an awareness ride and just make it as big as possible, because that's what it's all about, is getting the word out. So he was watching us along the way, and he's waiting for us to ride into Louisiana so he can hook up with us the last couple miles and ride in. I guess that's about it.
I know we're supposed to be 6 feet apart, but I kind of want to get close to you and give you a hug because you're an amazing person sitting here. You truly are an inspiration to so many people. I, as a nephrologist, I see kidney patients every day, and I think all the time, like, what could I do to make their lives better? But you truly have changed somebody's life. In fact, you've changed 4 people's lives, if not more. So I love art, and that's something that I've been able to do. And in fact, several years ago, we started painting kidneys, and I've painted now 5 kidneys. Your kidney is the 5th. And when I was thinking about what I could do, how I could paint the kidney, what would it represent, I closed my eyes, I meditated, and I thought about your story. And what I came up with was a bunch of white dots and lines connecting those dots, because I think really everything in life happens for a reason. And you met Hugh on that day, on that moment, or at that moment, and that was your calling, your connection with him. So on my kidney that I'm going to present to you, I put a constellation of the day that you actually donated your kidney. So September 30th, 2020 is the day that your life was changed, and Hugh's life was changed. And here's a constellation that actually represents the connection between you and a bunch of other people and the lives you've changed. And I put a quote in the back, and I'd like to read it for you. An invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet, regardless of time, place, and circumstance. The thread may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. So it's from an anonymous person. It's a quote, but I want to give you this kidney, and forever it's going to be a kidney from St. Louis, Missouri to you.
Oh, thank you very much. That's fantastic. It is a dot connecting. That's really true. So I appreciate that very much. Thank you for the thought.
Hi, Mark. Well, again, just really want to thank you, and you really are an inspiration to all of us. And just on behalf of the transplant program here at St. Louis University Hospital, and also really just all of us here in St. Louis, we just really want to thank you for reaching out and for the work that you're doing to bring awareness to organ donation. And we have a little bit of some SLU swag here that we'd like to give you to take back with you. So again, thank you so much for everything, and thanks for being an inspiration to all of us.
Thank you. It's not going to fit on the bike.